Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away.
Welcome to another episode. I'm your co-host, Ellen, along with my co-host,
Lazy Lee.
Lazy Lee. I never really think of you as a lazy person, though.
Well, that's a good thing. I don't think people realize that lazy people sometimes have it all figured out. Because they're the ones that are trying to find ways to work smarter instead of harder. And a lot of us that are just chasing after things, always, one step behind, working. I work so hard. I put in 20 hours. I don't know if that's the thing that I want to brag about. How about I got everything done. It looks great. People are happy with my work. I'm super productive, but I only work 10 hours instead of 20 hours, or I'm able to have some time left over to do the things that I need to regroup, recharge, reboot myself. So I'm not saying that laziness is where you get nothing done. Laziness is where you find better ways to do things, faster ways to do things, easier ways to do things because you don't want to work hard. And that's a good thing.
It's a really good thing. I mean, when you can figure out how to make whatever you need to be doing, if you can figure out a way to make it, hey, this is catchy, faster, easier, and better, do it. I think about anytime I've done something that I want to learn more about. If there's something I want to learn more about, and let's say I know that a couple people have done this already. Well, rather than go and research it and start at square one, I will find out where those people have either written things or have been on podcasts or been interviewed because they share everything. And all I have to do is take notes and go, hey, they did this. I can do this. That's their process. Going back to our last episode where we talked about processes, I can find out what somebody did. Yes, that's kind of lazy, but it's super efficient.
Yeah, I find sometimes we talked about the, measure twice, cut once, or you see someone, they're just like, dude, I'm just going to think about it for a while. That's not lazy. That's smart. Before you jump in and do it all, this thrash around, you figure it all out. Like you said, you do a little research, you kind of talk to some people, there's nothing wrong with, at the end, if the results are the same and they're both on time, and one person got there by just, working hard all the way through, doing extra things they didn't need to do, and, but put in all the hours versus the person that still ended up at the same place but had some time with their kids or time to go out to dinner and time to, take a break in the middle of the day to take their parents their elderly parents to a doctor's appointment, whatever. They had flexibility because they were efficient by being lazy. I'm going to take the lazy person. And lazy people are creative. They're finding ways to do things better because they don't want to work so hard.
Exactly. And so I think it's kind of want to be proud to be lazy because you figure out how to get there faster than anyone.
As you go through the generations from traditionalists, which are very hardworking, to baby boomers, also hardworking, Gen X started to say, we need a little more balance in our lives. Gen Y was seen as the entitled, lazy, and then Gen Z is called lazy.
Whoa.
But what we found is that some of them, the younger generations, are just better at using technology and shortcuts and hacks and tricks to do things that took a lot longer in the past. So who's to say that the traditionalists and the baby boomers that work their butts off are better? I mean, you got to admire hard work. I certainly do. But I also admire the person that's smart enough to find a better way to do something. So I'm just saying, sometimes when others look at you and, they look over at you, maybe you work in a workplace where everyone's together still, which is rare, but, they see you just, not quote unquote working. I think we should defend ourselves and say, you know what? Watch me. Watch at the end. I'll get this done and you'll like what I've done. And that's really what we as managers, leaders should be looking for, is the end result, not how the process of how I know we talked about process, but not how people got to where they are at the end. If they turn in excellent work, maybe on time or early, and they did it in less time than the other person, bravo.
Yeah, I mean, overworking is not a badge of honor. And I think people are more and more understanding that. And so, if you want to call it lazy and you feel bad about it, fine. But if you're being efficient and you found the way to get things done, do it. Be proud of it. Put that badge on. Boom. Thanks for joining us. Be sure and join us again next week for another episode.